one permanent. Definitely not the draw he really wanted. I mean, we can just go like this. Bro? Do you even magic? Let's go with the Siren. Even though this is great, I think Siren is the most annoying one. And everything is a 3-3. That's 9 damage. Somehow our opponent is at 20. But the cards we are drawing, as long as we don't go to 15, it's fine. They cannot double chase yet. That's it. He will answer, and let's see if he has the perfect target. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and we have been doing some rotation-proof decks, and you know what? We are heavy control lately, so I thought maybe we'll just go meta tempo Dimir. That's something we didn't showcase on the channels, I think, since months, and this is the best version of this deck according to the win rate. So it's also like the Proft draw 2 basically. You are trying to draw extra cards, trigger Shredders, Proft Eidetic memory, and the Evangel. So we can pressure a lot while also, you know, interrupting your opponent super hard with bats, spell pierce, cut downs, and go for the throat, so they cannot really recover. And your big card advantage is Scholar that also double draws, which, you know, really speeds up the other cards. Yeah, we are going a little bit aggressive today, but it will be very fun. There will be some mono-red roasting and mono-red explosions, so yeah, I know you enjoy those. So enough said, have fun and enjoy. Alright guys, the draw is great, but I dream of having this on the play because that activates Shredder so easily, and then you go with Geeks. But it's fine, alright, I'll take on the draw, but this would be so strong. Alright, our curve is very good so far. And let's see, I don't think we'll resolve Geeks easily, so we probably will need to fight for it a little bit, you know? Okay, Siren is actually really good. So we go probably Evangel on this turn. That's it. They will definitely take the damage. We play the land, and so if we play Shredder, that's actually something impactful. If we go Evangel, yeah, I think we go Shredder, because that's a card that demands answer. Kinda, you know, you can ignore it, but usually you don't want to. Okay, it survived. Is that a lockdown? Double white, it has a lockdown, yep. So that's why they didn't cast it. But that is okay. Our opponent is on the play because he is completely better player than I am. So for this reason we'll try to go with the Evangel and into Siren. So he needs instantly another one. What do we discard? I need Siren for this play. Sheoldred is great late game. I think the spot for Shredder is out. Right now we need to keep pressure with other cards. It will be hard, our opponent is on the play with literally the best answer in the format. So we know you are behind. Let's keep with Surveil, this is important if he likes the card or not. 3 steps ahead, he decided it's too slow, and that kinda makes sense. So on this turn we will go with the Scholar, right? And the 3 damage will go through, there's no reason to react to this. However, this is something that potentially might give reaction, we'll see. Our opponent is on the play, so that means he will also be able to Sunfall on the next turn. So that's good already. Okay, I'll take it. This is a card for card. As long as they don't draw cards, it's fine. That also explains why he didn't want more of them, because he already had one. So I need my opponent to tap somehow, so I can use Geeks and refill my hand. I'm not sure if we get there. And like even if that's a Jace or something, then we have to play this, we draw only one card and he can answer with Sunfall. Alright, please, just tap out fully, so I can play my Geeks and get insane value that I feel I deserve in my heart, alright? This will be really hard. The whole point of this deck is to stack a lot of threats. With the lockdown, it just didn't happen. Reverie. You know what? I'm actually taking it. I could draw another card potentially. So we want probably the Siren. Please draw a card. Please draw a card. I'll take this, but it's not what I wanted. It's fine. It's fine. At least we get some extra pressure. I wanted the Menace, basically. Oh, is that... Okay, okay, it's blocked. I was already thinking about marches. So I'm taking one extra card, which means that next turn he can just go for Sunfall. It's really good for him. So I don't think we'll win this, but if he whiffs, we can absolutely, you know, win. So far he's extremely good at defending. Like, look at this, it was just... Oh my god, he's going for the mill? That's not good enough. Like, I will keep drawing cards, my friend. We will help you. You know what? With Profts, he has only 1 mana and I didn't see priority. There is a chance I draw a card. This also gives menace to Evangel. Alright. You know what? We take it. Do we do it now? I don't think there's any reason to do it now, right? We can even draw a card. Okay, okay. With this we should be okay. I cannot draw more cards. Sorry, I need to think about this because I see opening. You may exile. If they have White Marsh, they might cast it now. Let's go with the Siren. Even though this is great, I think Siren is the most annoying one. And everything is at 3-3. That's 9 damage. Somehow our opponent is at 20. But the cards we are drawing, as long as we don't go to 15, it's fine. They cannot double chase yet. Alright. And we probably just go with the bat right now. And we hope to hit Sun for whatever he has prepared. Here's the double Jace. Here is the double Jace. Okay, so his plan is to play Jace, force us to try to kill him. I mean, I'm going with the Jace. Like, you know we are going with it. And the Reef is actually really impactful, because that threatens another 4 damage. So it's 10, 12, 13 damage. I mean, this is not enough. I just realized. But now if he plays the Jace, we can play Sheoldred, I guess. Which will probably destroy his way of drawing cards with Fateful Mending or something. We can go also Scholar to create Proft counters. I'm not sure if that's I think this is less than just activating Reef. So we will see. We might get an... Alright. He hard casted. That means Sheoldred is off the table. We can play land into Scholar, which will give us 3 mana. That means Normalize won't work. I think he's keeping 1 counter spell for this turn. Oh, this is really strong for him. A land? He can cast completed Jace. He doesn't. I can draw... Oh, this will be hard. I guess we just attack and see what happens, right? And then we play Sheoldred? No, if we play Sheoldred, that's not good enough. I kind of think that we have to go like this, man. Like, this is how we roll. And we have 1 more turn. We are getting 16, so we have 1 next draw. That means we need to 2-turn lethal him. Which I hope we will manage, you know? We activate a lot here. Also, the Siren is nice. So we can go even harder here. I really need to push him as hard as I can. I guess he will counter it, right? Oh no, I cannot draw this card because then I die. I also cannot draw with anything here. Alright. Okay, so if he has White March, we probably want the counters on creature with the most converted mana cost. I think it will be Geeks, especially that we are not drawing. This is a lot of damage. And that means we need to kill him on the next turn. Man, I'm not sure. I think we should be doing it, but I'm completely not sure. I think our opponent is waiting until we draw a card. And I mean, I want to be really aware of never clicking the wrong button. We decline. Respectfully. Oh, it hurts my soul. 4 cards that I just gave up. And we can go with the Siren. I think so, right? I don't see any downside to it. If he locks down... Sorry, I need to think. I have this game, I cannot mess it up. Like, I really need this win. Jace. Potentially land into Jace, but that's something we cannot play around. So if I play just Siren, it doesn't really contribute to lethal, but if he sweeps this with a Sunfall, I have to attack with Reef anyway. I have only one turn, let's go. Like, if I draw, you know, my 15th card, I am dying anyway. Let's just not use the map token. Alright, show me, my friend. It's interesting they didn't counter. Did they draw something? Alright, guys, let's pray. Oh boy, there are a lot of answers. And he will discard No More Lies. So it's basically 2 free cards. He can go land, Sunfall, and activate the blocker for the Reef. And I think that should be enough. Let's see if he drew everything perfectly. We have him on the ropes, but there are cards, like there is combination of cards that win him the game. Let's see if he gets this. Oh, you know what it means. You know what it means. The life gain is not... Yeah, I'm so happy we played the Siren. This extra damage might actually make a difference. With so many new cards, they can go like March, 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 and potentially they can, you know, actually batter our front line so hard that with extra life gain from the mending, we don't pierce through enough damage. I don't think it happens, but from both scenarios, this was the only one that had an upside. And we are protected with a single card on our library. Man, we did it. Oh, I'm so happy. We kind of big brained this one. Alright. I'm happy with this play. Well, if we were on the play, this is an auto win, man. Oh, I wish I was better at Magic. Most of the games we play are on the draw, so that instantly hits you with like probably like 20-30% win rate. And our opponent is indeed the better player. Man, it's crazy how he outplayed me already. Man, with Shredder this wouldn't even matter. But yeah, we probably will have insane problem. The whole problem of this game is being on the draw, there's nothing more. By being on the play, they got such insane advantage that I don't think they will lose it. We can kill this, but first we probably need the Shredder. I really want Shredder as soon as possible. I mean, let's go. If they can hit us for 16 already, I mean, they're just good, what can I say? This gameplay pattern is super, like, you know, you get the idea. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I was on the draw. So sure. So let's see how insanely powerful he will be. We cannot double block here. So we take 5 damage. Absolutely not what we want, but you know, something that will happen. So, what do we go for? I would love to double spell. I think well, this is a hard one, man. I cannot double spell on this turn because I'm on the draw, so I lack 1 mana for, you know, the whole play. And that's really bad. I think we need to go for the Fraud. So that means we need to up Ledger Shredder a little bit. Definitely a card we want. We could go with the Bat as well, but go for the Fraud is just simply better. And we need 2 creatures to threaten to block the menace. Man, on the play, this game would be so insanely easy. Like, with this draw, we would absolutely crush this guy. And the only downside is that we are so behind that he might actually come back from this. Alright, we're going like this. We can deny 1 spell, and if he double cast, it's a 3/5. So even if Godric gets a buff, it's kinda okay. He needs to resolve Monstrous Rage or something to put double permanents, and we won't allow it. So I'm not sure about all the possibilities. 2 damage. Huh. Listen, I don't have a choice here. If I go for this play, he will just pump the other thing. Alright. That's really good for our opponent. And we cannot really go above 2 toughness. Alright, this is what it is. Let's go with Godric, right? This will be super annoying though. It gives them cards, but it means that Bat gets a little bit better, hopefully. So I'm going with this, even though it gives him value. But the Menace is super annoying, and with Go for the Throat and knowing his hand, we should be able to go around everything. I think. If they have a burn spell, of course they will kill the Bat, but we still see his hand, so we know exactly what to tailor against our opponent. Okay, interesting. So he will probably go Sokenzan at the end step, right? In which case we probably need more stuff. Also, he didn't cast Monstrous Rage in response. I think we need Siren to block Godric because, well, if they go main phase, Godric gets Celebration. If they go at the end step, because this is legendary also, that means it costs 3 mana. But I think this is a little bit better. We'll go with this Scholar probably. Like, we need to create this board so we can start trading against the tokens. I mean, we are at 9. Like, I'm feeling like I'm already at 1. Sure. How many decisions do you think this guy has? I tell you, when you see their hand, you know how absolutely not needed their op is. They have 2 lands, and one of them has an ability. Alright, we have to discard this one, I think. Just because this draws more cards, potentially. And Vigilance is a big deal. Alright, so they're going for the end step. Sure. But that means we have some nice tricks. We cannot block with the Bat, unfortunately. We will be able if we hit Proft or something, so it's a 2-2. But then we don't need to, right? That's a top deck. 1 permanent. Definitely not the draw he really wanted. I mean, we can just go like this. Bro? Do you even magic? Yeah, like, this is good. And we can take this 2 damage. Then we go with the Scholar. Oh no, he needs to reassign those creatures. Alright, let's book some time in our schedule. It might take a while. Alright, I guess we have to literally edit this, because this guy is barely remembering that he's playing Magic. So while our opponent is fully met and roping, I will actually tell you why this was a misplay. If you have Sokenzan, you only need 3 mana for it. Most of your deck is 1 mana. That means the downside of end stepping it is really huge, and the upside is super small. If they did it during their turn, they could even ambush us, you know. So if we double block, we lose everything. So this play is entirely on him. And even if you hit something like a 2-drop or 3-drop, you just play it on the next turn. On average, you cannot support 5 mana with mono red, because your cards are way cheaper than this. So you can see that, man, they misplay. I think they roped on purpose. And I was also just thinking, the only upside of this deck is that even though it's extremely boring and not fun, at least it's fast to win. This is probably the most time efficient deck in Standard. And this guy is just roping, so it defeats the only purpose or the only good part about this whole deck. So that's incredible. Let's go with the Scholar. I know I could try to go with Shudder first. Okay, this is a nice discard. Let's play the land, I guess. And we have Vigilance. We definitely attack with the Lifelinker, but honestly, I think with Ledger Shredder we can just go a little bit, you know, defensive. We're at 7, so burning us is actually not easy at all. They can kill the Bat and try to pump it, but of course, it seems they're so mad that they're, you know, Mono Red didn't win a game because they were on the play. When they were on the play on top of this, imagine roping in this situation. You had every single favorable thing in your direction, and you still messed it up. And they even had the Rukus on turn 2 on Swift Spear, which is really good combination. This guarantees that you will have the value. And let's enjoy glorious Mono Red Salty Explosion for the day. Imagine playing Mono Red and being on the play and then losing and being salty about it. I mean, you know what? We will take our mythic from him. Let's go. Whoever has the Siren is the better player. Alright, this will be super scary. Like, we don't have good 2-drop, and we don't have interaction basically at all. This seems to be just a normal control deck. Well, I mean, you can feel the pain. We could try to fish for a 1-drop, to be honest. It's really... Oh my god, there are more lands in this deck. Oh, I wish we had this for this turn. That would be glorious, because our opponent was fully tapped, so he has no counterplay. Now he will have counterplay. Alright, here's Celestus. A little bit unfortunate. We can go with Evangel, right? And then we go into... Well, this is a little bit better overall, because it cycles basically all the bad cards and it doesn't tap. So let's go for this one. We actually decline very, very respectfully, but we still decline. Let's keep Otawara. If we draw a different land, we just play Otawara. Sorry, we just play the other land. Alright, Likeness Looter. Our opponent is going a little bit all in here. Alright, alright. I mean, this is a challenge, right? We definitely want to keep playing spells. I don't want any Celestus flips. This could be Reenact the Crime deck. Definitely feels like it. A copy of target creature in the graveyard. I don't think they can kill Sheoldred and copy it, right? I don't see anything in the graveyard. Listen. First we attack, of course, cause reasons. Getting him back to 20. I mean, at some point we need to kill him, right? And I really think this is the Sheoldred turn. Even if they have the answer, this forces a lot of, like, lost tempo, basically. And we have another one, so we can keep the pressure. I'm not really sure about this play. Against Dimir, we'll probably lose Sheoldred super quickly. But, you know, we need to work it somehow. We will be a little bit low on lands, but of course that was our decision. And let's sit. Man, I'm so scared. Alright, Kaito, I mean, this is another card that really likes drawing cards. I think he's looking for removal. And I don't think he has it. Like, he should, but it seems that he doesn't. Alright. I honestly think we go like this. Because we might hit a land for the turn, which is absolutely glorious. Oh boy. This is a really interesting card. I don't think this is what we should be taking. Listen, I know, I feel the pain, but look at the amount of cardo we have here. Like, this is actually insane. And we should probably attack with everything. I want him to feel the pressure. That's basically it. Then he will probably lose the ninja. Take 3 damage. I hope, we'll see. Alright, and I think we use cut down on something. I'm not sure which one is the worst. He doesn't have one in the graveyard right now. He can copy the geeks. Oh boy. He can live gain, but that's not something he wants to use, right? Well, the second ability doesn't require the tap, so he can cycle and instantly use it. The looter. I don't think they will go geeks, right? It doesn't make much sense. So we can just go Evangel. Draw a card. I guess if we are going for display, we should draw first, right? Life gain is also pretty nice. Okay, a land. A land is great. But what do we discard? I need this. Consider is really great because we could play it right now. We can cut down into Consider. But we need those 3 cards for it. Oh man, that's so painful. That is really painful. I think we have to go like this. I could discard a land, but 5 mana can be useful. I think it's okay. Yeah, he can do it at instant speed. Let's sit. He will answer, and let's see if he has the perfect target. We deny 1 draw this way. And he doesn't have enough mana to cast it, and it's sorcery. Alright, that was a good decision. I think that was a good decision. Alright, down to 10. He is losing on board. Kaito has only 1 loyalty. Celestus is super annoying, but he's not at 7 mana for the Virtue yet. And it will be way harder for him to draw a removal spell right now, because we disabled something that gets them from the graveyard. So suddenly, Terror Tide doesn't work anymore. And when he answers, and this is the turn when he needs to sweep the board. Like, he actually has to do it on this turn, I think. Otherwise, like, it's too much pressure. Like, even without Sheoldred, and even if he draws like 1 card this turn and he kills Sheoldred, it's 6 damage already, and then we play Shaw, and that's the remaining 2 damage. And if he starts drawing cards, it's bad. Alright, I don't mind it. Sheoldred is still here. Man, this is so cool. Alright. Well, you know what? Reef is actually a good draw here. Alright. As you can see, he doesn't even want to draw cards. If I'm going with the Scholar, I guess I should play it first. Maybe there would be something, you know, that changes my mind. Oh boy, do we go double Reef? It is lethal, but with Celestus it probably won't be for a long time. We could go Ledger Shredder. But I think this is the play. By the way, the life gain from Sheoldred is insane. So now he has to kill both of those creatures, and then he needs to defend against the Reef on top of this. And that's a death with style. That's a death with style. Drawing cards like a Dimir player should. Alright, man, this was pretty action-packed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Alright, we are going first. Spell Pierce will be absolutely insane. I'm not sure how exactly we use it, but we are definitely using it. We need to be smart about it. We don't have too much value. Like, our draws are, you know, a little bit small. And we're against the same deck as always, because why would you play anything else, right? Let's go for Evangelist, for some reason. Evangel of Synthesis. I think this is the play for the turn. Then we can go Bat. We take 1 damage, which is not absolutely awesome. Cut down is nice. Let's start to cycle some lands into this. I think a 2-3 should be enough. Like, we are on the play, we need to be, you know, the aggressor. They can play a creature into Rukus, which is insanely good opening, but there's not much we can do about it. I cannot keep up spells just to try to, you know, prevent, because then they plot and you lost the game. Alright, so we have to go with the Bat, right? Bat is actually really good here. And they will probably burn it in response, right? I would guess. And then we have to Spell Pierce it. Which is unfortunate. I could also so I either keep the Cut Down or Spell Pierce. Which is the big deal. Because they have double Rukus and they might have 1 creature. We will know, but after this resolves. If we counter it, we can take the creature. So it's kinda the same as a Cut Down, right? Alright, let's go. Man, we really need some good hits. Oh, you want your 1 creature. This deck actually doesn't have as many creatures, so they should not hit it, but we'll see. If they are good at Magic, they will top deck a creature. Alright, see? Generally, like, they actually have quite few creatures for an aggro deck. Alright. I probably want to keep the Cut Down. If I go with the Scholar, there is a high chance I draw a land. And then I can keep the Cut Down. And we ramp up the pressure. I think we really need to go with it. With 2 cards we should... Oh, the Tap Land. The Tap Land is really brutal though. I need to raise. We can be very aggressive. He has insane... So, okay. If he drew a creature, like, that was a bit of a risky play. But here, we are absolutely fine. Let's try to pump the Bat because of the lifelink. Yeah, I knew that he is protecting his hand so hard because possibly he has, like, 1 creature in the hand. Let's go for this one. We might draw a lot of stuff, so let's see what we get. Well, not a lot of stuff, like, we're getting flooded like crazy. Alright, I guess. At least we activate the Evangel, right? And more lifelink, which means that even if he... Yeah, now if he draws a card, it's still a creature, it's still not quick enough. I guess he has Monstrous Rage, so he could... Yeah. He has all of those. Man, you can see how important the Spell Pierce was. Spell Pierce is what won us this game. Just because we got rid of the only creature he had. And yeah, it's ours now. So guys, what about the deck? How did I like it? Honestly, I liked it way more than I expected. I was sure that we will tank our rank with this one, just because it feels very hard to win against Mono-Red. However, I guess with all the bats, cut downs, go for the throats, and creatures like Shredder that are absolute menace to Mono-Red players, it's not as hard as I imagined. And with Sheoldred you have also this 100%, you know, Mono-Red proof late game. You just play this and it sits and it wins games. They cannot really go through it. So the deck seems to be a little bit better than I expected. We have heavy reefs, so even if your opponent is close to being dead, you have this one extra punch because of course you don't have burn. So when the red nearly kills you, they just wait for a lightning strike. With Dimir you cannot do it. You need a creature, you need to resolve it, it needs to sit in the battlefield for a full turn, and then you can attack for some extra damage. And it can be hard. With Reef it gets way easier. We only have one Gix, so there are a few surprising things I didn't expect in this deck. First of all, there's no Duelist. I was considering like seriously switching this for Duelist just because of how it seems perfect for this deck. However, I wanted to make sure that if I say you that this is the highest win rate version, we have the data to back it up, just because, you know, there are so many games played, so if you change few things, you cannot guarantee that it's still the same deck. So I just went with this Evangel of Synthesis. I was happy with it, but you know, it doesn't feel like a super powerhouse. I didn't really go with Proft Eidetic Memory. I think we used it once or twice, and honestly it is very strong card. Obviously this is the whole engine for the deck, but the fact that counters are permanent is kinda insane. That's the big deal. If it just pumped for one turn like Evangel, like it's completely different, but permanent token, you know, counters on things like Siren that has flying, it's a very good creature to buff just because the damage goes through thanks to the flying, so you can really go through it. With Evangel you can use Menace, so it's also very hard to block, especially with cards like Cut Down and Go for the Throat. Especially Cut Down, it seems that, you know, having 1 mana cheaper removal is not a big deal, but if you can sneak this on top of like 1 or 2 other plays, it's insane, and suddenly the Menace means this hits, suddenly you draw card with Gix, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it kinda synergizes very, very well. So yeah, the only thing that kinda surprised me on top of Duelist is that Gix is only 1. I would expect 2 or 3, but I guess Scholar is just so much better. Like, it definitely did the job, and Flying and Vigilance are no joke abilities, especially if you have a way of pumping this creature permanently, and suddenly both Flying and Vigilance is so much more important when this is a 4-4 or a 7-7 than a 2-2. So I guess that's the reason that Gix just didn't make a cut. We still have 1, but it's more of a sneaky play when you know that you are getting those juicy hits. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this deck. It is a very different style than I'm usually playing. I'm personally more of a control player, but this one definitely is interesting. It's not, you know, mono-red that you just play spells and you know, you see what happens. Here you actually have so many small decisions that this is a very interesting deck to master. So if you are more into action-packed gameplay but you still like Dimir, this is probably a perfect fit for you. And it seems to be winning decently, so you will hit Mythic with this. So I hope you enjoyed the video for today, and thank you all for watching, that is extremely appreciated, and see you guys tomorrow. With